let's say you saw a movie last night and it was awesome. It was so awesome that you thought about it all night as you were trying to go to sleep. And then when you woke up this morning, you were thinking about how amazing it was. It's so good that you're excited to watch it again. Now, let's say you're with a friend and you know that they haven't seen this movie. What do you do? I mean, don't you tell them about how awesome it was? Don't you want to tell them about some of the awesome scenes and characters in that movie? Maybe you even want to ask them if they want to go and see the movie with you right now. Like, let's go. When we find something great, we just want to share it with people. We want people to experience the same thing so that we can share the awesomeness of that thing with them. Now, let's say you know a guy, an awesome guy, a guy who literally saved the world. Okay, not that guy, a different guy, a guy who had a hand in creating the universe, a guy so powerful that things like evil and death are destroyed in front of him, a guy who is big and powerful, but who also wants to know you as an individual person, a guy who wants to just hang out with you, a guy who keeps the lines of communication with you and him open all the time, 24/7, a guy who thinks that you are enough, important enough to give his whole life for. Let's say there's a guy like that. Let's call him Jesus. Now, what do? Well, if you're all about telling people about the great movie you saw last night, why wouldn't you tell them about Jesus? If you tell your friends about the amazing things that a movie character did, why wouldn't you tell them about the amazing things that Jesus did and that Jesus continues to do? At the end of Jesus' story, Jesus goes up to heaven, but right before he goes up, he tells his followers, that's us, to go into all the world, every corner of the world, and tell people about him. Who was the first person who you remember telling you about Jesus? Who was the first person who introduced you to Jesus? Now draw a picture of yourself doing that, telling the whole world about how awesome Jesus is.